The next stage of our learning of protozoology or uh, pathogenesis of protozoa, parasites of protozoa in class Lobozea. We must learn, as I said, the class Lobozea. What you must know to pass your exam and to prepare for the next stages of your education in our academy to the next years. Okay, in parasitology you must make a structure of your knowledge step by step. And first step, it is for all parasites. You can use these steps for learning to all parasites. Doesn't matter what a parasites, or this Entamoeba, or is another parasite, for example Georgia lamblia, or it is a multi cellular parasite. Okay, first of all, you must know classification. Inside this class Lobozea, this phylum Sarcomastigophora and class Lobozea, you must know the next species. First, Entamoeba coli, Entamoeba gingivalis. Third, Endolimax nana, or Entamoeba nana in another word. Fourth, Entamoeba butzahili. And the last one, this for non-pathogenic. This is not parasites, this is commensals. There are commensals. Commensals. And the last one, this is the parasite of human. This Entamoeba histolitica. And we go to learn to the next step. We learn a parasite. We must know a name of this parasite. The name of this parasite is Entamoeba histolitica. And you must know main characteristics of parasite. There are, first, the place what's the place of human body, inside the human body or outside the human body, where we can find this parasite. The place, it is a common parasite in the large intestines of humans. Large intestines. What's the next one? B, it is a disease. We must know a name of disease of this parasite. Disease called amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery. Amoebiasis. I will use this short name. Geography. This is where we can meet this disease. We can meet this disease everywhere. In India, in Russia, in Ukraine, in Europe, in America, everywhere. This is a cosmopolitan parasite. Okay, and the next one, it is morphology. You must know morphology, because morphology can give you a knowledge how to find this parasite inside the human, how to make a knowledge about morphology of this parasite. give you knowledge in diagnosis of this disease. Okay, and the next step, morphology. We can find inside the humans, inside the large intestine, and in the tissues of large intestine, we can find three main forms. The first form, I something fix here. Okay, this will be second, and this will be first. Okay, first one, it is a non-pathogenic form of Entamoeba histolitica. This form is live inside the large intestines, not inside the tissues of large intestines, and it live like a commensal, and it this organism eats bacterial cells. When this parasite is in this form, non-pathogenic form, this nucleus, this parasite don't call amoebiasis. But when this parasite change its form to the next one, to this, the second form, this second form is called the amoeboid trophozoid. It is the only form present in tissues of the large intestines, inside the tissues, and it is also found in fluid phases during all time of amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis. What is the size of this body? The size of this body? Its size between 50 to 30 nanometers. The cytoplasm is granular, as you can see, granular near the nucleus, granular cytoplasm, and this cytoplasm contained a lot of red blood cells, as I draw. Okay, but you can find in this cytoplasm, in this form, this pathogenic form, I repeat, you can find a bacteria cells. You can find the bacteria cells only inside the non-pathogenic form of Entamoeba histolitica. Okay, what's the next? And the next stage, or the last form, it is a cyst. Another name of this cyst is quadrinucleate cyst, because inside the cyst we can find four nucleus. Number of nucleus is 4. It has a size around 15 nanometers. And as I said, it contains 4 nucleus, glycogen vacuoles, and chromatoid bodies tend to disappear as the cysts get older. Cysts are present only in the lumen of the colon and in myxi of formed feces. Okay. The second stage, what you must know, it is a life cycle of parasite. Life cycle of parasite is a knowledge of life cycle and a knowledge of structure, of morphology of this of all parasites helps to you. They help to you in diagnosis of this parasite, because when you know life cycle, you know where you must you can find one of the life forms of parasite, and how the parasite can go inside our bodies, or human body, or another or from animal bodies. Okay, life cycle. What's the first? The parasite lives, as I said, in the large intestines, mainly in caecum. Second, man is infected by swallowing the major cyst of this cyst. Cyst resists the acidity of the stomach and hatch in the intestines. Four nucleated amoeba come out. Four nucleated amoeba come out. The nuclei ultimately divide, giving 8 small trophozoids, and this stage can happen inside the cyst, or outside the cyst. But after this process, we get an 8 these non-pathogenic forms. The trophozoites may invade the mucosa by the action of histolic enzyme, and this form make this produce enzymes, and invasion in some cases this pathogenic form go inside the blood vessels and leads to the secondary extra-intestinal lesions. Trophozoid multiply by simple binary fission. It is about what is doing inside our bodies. In the intestinal walls, it is multiply inside the intestinal wall. And okay, and I think this is enough. What is the pathogenicity of this parasite? Okay. We have two form of amoebiasis. There are first intestinal amoebiasis and extra-intestinal amoebiasis. Intestinal amoebiasis, infection with Entamoeba histolitica, may be symptomatic without any symptoms. This is I draw. Yeah, okay, I'm fine. In intestinal and extra intestinal, first and second. Maybe asymptomatic. When we have this disease, and we have no symptoms, in our intestines living this form. Invasion of the wall of the intestine, invasive amoebiasis, leads to the formation of ulcers. The disease ranges from mild chronic diarrhea to severe acute dysentery. In acute cases, there is a fever, colic, tenesmus, and frequent motions containing blood and mucus of the wall, and we can find a trophozoid in stools. In chronic cases, symptoms disappear. Only cyst pass in stools. In some patients, there is intermittent diarrhea consists of 1 to 4 foul smelling loose to watery stools, diarrhea, which alternate with periods of relative normality. And what's the next? Invasion of the appendix may lead to clinical picture of appendicitis. It is looks like extra intestinal amoebiasis, but it is intestinal amoebiasis. And go to extra intestinal amoebiasis, and it may occur in the following organs. For example, the first target, it is a liver. When this parasite go to the liver, it is start amoebic hepatitis or abscesses. Lung and brains, and to the skin too. It is all of the lung and brain abscesses. Case 2 abscesses. Okay, what is the diagnosis? In most cases, rest on the characteristics of the cyst. Signs trophozoids usually appear into the diuretic feces in active cases and survive for only a few hours. Okay, and we can what we must do: stool examination by direct smear unstained or stained with iodine. B. Concentration method as zinc sulfate, centrifugal flotation, examination of 3 specimen at weekly interval increases the chance of direction. The second one of diagnosis is sigma diascopy and examination of mucosal lesions for trophozoids. And the last one, serological methods. Okay. What is the invasion form of invasion? It is a cyst. Only in cyst can make this infection. Okay, and okay, that is all, guys. There is all.